Genesis chapter 39. Now Joseph had been taken down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him down there. Yahweh was with Joseph, and he was a successful man, and he lived in the house of his owner, the Egyptian. When his owner saw that Yahweh was with him, and that Yahweh gave him success in everything he did, that Joseph found honor in his eyes and became his attendant, Potiphar made him overseer of his house and put into his hand everything that he had. So it was, from the time he had made him overseer of his house and all that he had, that Yahweh blessed the Egyptian's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of Yahweh was on all that Potiphar had in the house and in the field. So he entrusted all that he had into Joseph's hand, and he did not concern himself with anything, except for the bread which he ate. And Joseph was handsome in form and appearance. And after a while, his owner's wife cast longing eyes upon Joseph, and she said,
"Lie with me."
But he refused, and said to his owner's wife,
"My owner does not concern himself with what I do in his house, and he has committed all that he has to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am, nor has he kept back anything he has, except you, because you are his wife. How then could I commit such great wickedness and sin against Yahweh?"
And though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to carnally lie with her, or even be with her. But it came to pass about this time, when Joseph went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house were inside, she caught him by his cloak, and said,
"Come lie with me."
But he left his cloak in her hand, and ran out of the house. When she saw that he had left his cloak in her hand, and had run out of the house, she called her household servants, and said to them,
"See, he has brought into us a Hebrew to make sport of us. He came in here to lie with me, but I screamed. So when he heard me scream and cry out for help, he left his cloak with me and fled and ran out of the house."
And she kept his cloak beside her until his owner came home. Then she told him this story.
"The Hebrew servant whom you brought to us came into me to make sport of me. But as soon as I screamed for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house."
When his owner heard the words his wife spoke to him, saying, "Your servant did to me after this manner," then his anger burned in him. Then Joseph's owner took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined, and there he was in prison. But Yahweh was with Joseph, and showed him kindness, and he gave him honor in the sight of the warden of the prison. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care, because Yahweh was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. Genesis chapter 4.